Ta-da! We have a wonderful 1987 Volvo 740 Turbo. Automatic transmission, but I believe it's a one-owner car. It's got the original California blue and yellows with the plates. 37,000 miles is the rub, is the ticket for this car. It's kind of a time machine. It's really, really cool. And let's take a little tour around it, shall we? We'll poke around it real quick and we'll get it out, take it for a spin, see what it does. Now, it's not a perfect car, but it's an extraordinarily nice one. Some of the imperfections are, see this here, some of this vinyl is shrunk up on the top of the door. There should be a lens here that is missing. And this fabric insert, while presentable from a few feet away, you can tell it was falling off and somebody decided they were going to use screws and some staples to hold it in place. It's not ideal. I really wish they just re-adhered it. That would have looked a lot nicer. This is fine for the time being, but the next guy probably wants to, or gal, probably wants to pull this off. You know, I don't know how bad the holes for those are underneath for the fabric. You could probably reupholster that. Pretty generic material. But that's really kind of the lion's share of the fault on this car, which is not saying a lot. These seats are very cool. In good shape. Little crack here. Really, like stuff like this, there's a few pieces like that, which is super minor. And if you know these cars, 80s Volvos, their plastic tends to fall apart. Crack there, some cracks here. Super typical. Actually, typically it's a lot worse. The dashboard itself is in pretty good shape. Little crack. But all in all, a lovely interior. Here's our mileage. 37,337. If you're up on your 80s Volvos, you know those break a lot, but this one seems to be legit. I've got some paper service records on it from 87 to 91, which show it was barely putting a couple thousand miles a year from new. And then the Carfax seems to corroborate the mileage as well. And it does seem to work. The odometer does work, so that's all good things. Should I tempt fate? Should we see if this guy works? Oh boy. If this had a lot more than 37,000 miles, I would not have done that. But 37,000 miles on a manual sunroof, they're usually good, and this seems to be no exception. Now for the important part, will it close? Sure seems to close without issue. Ta-da! Let's give it a start. Steering wheel lock works. Let's do this. Steering wheel lock definitely works. Keeping me from turning this here key. There we go. Let's turn this wheel a little straighter. There we go. Ta-da! AC actually blows cold. I don't know how, but it does. It genuinely works well. I will say I've driven it a whole 17 miles per the trip odometer, and the blend door to tell it, you know, do you want it at your feet? Do you want it through the defroster? It's working well right now. Like that moved to defrost and now it's to the defrost. We'll put it here. It hasn't come back to these vents yet. it's a little oh, there we go. So it's a little persnickety, a little lazy, the actual blend door. I don't know if that's the actuator. I don't know what that is. I mean, I'm being very nitpicky here. The fact that it's got cold AC, fan works on all speeds, is a little miraculous. I will say, when the car's running and it's on key on power, there's a little bit of a hissing. I don't know if you can hear that. A little bit of a almost white noise coming out of the HVAC system here. I don't know if it uses vacuum to actuate the blend door or what, but that was something I noticed. One other thing is when you shut it down, you can keep hearing it. It'll go like that for another minute or so. At first I thought it was the stereo. It's not. If I turn the key on, it'll come back. But yep, now it's quieting down. And then if I restart, she comes back. So, don't know. It's not the end of the world. It's maybe mildly annoying, but something I noticed either way. Stereo does sort of work. It powers on. I'm not getting any noise through the speakers on any particular station. So I'm not sure. I can't imagine that's uncommon. And I haven't tried a tape in here, but something to note. Otherwise in here, it's pretty great. Dome light's a little cattywampus. Windows all work. They are power. There you go. That one's going up. Driver's goes up. Do the rears from the rear. Let's take a walk. I'll pop the hood. High beams all work. I did see there's some condensation in this one, but they're just sealed beam bulbs, so it's quite the simple fix. Just buy a new bulb. Insulation's in good shape. Very nice in here. My understanding is when this vehicle was donated to the charity, when it was done, it wasn't running correctly, and so the AFM was replaced with a new good Bosch unit, and now it's running quite well. So yeah. I don't know if a timing belt or anything has been done on this car. No idea. I don't know if these are interference or non-interference. Looks like a pretty simple timing belt to get done if you decide you want to do it. Oh, wait, timeout. So 30,000 miles, 7,000 miles ago it was done, and that was back in 2007. So by mileage, it's certainly okay. By age, it certainly could stand to be replaced. Tires are excellent. Ton of tread. This car wasn't getting driven a lot, so that's all fine. And they were replaced in 2018. So mid 2018 they were replaced. So those are great. Remote cable mirror. I don't know how the seat adjusts. I think that's lumbar. Yeah, that's lumbar. That's forward and aft. Top of this door is coming up a little bit too. No big deal. Ooh, maybe I'm locked out. I'll have to see if that window switch is no good. We'll play with that one up front. These back seats are excellent. That pass-through. These guys are a little stretchy. I have to imagine that's pretty common. Paint and body on this thing are fabulous. I do have the fog lights on, that's what that's about. Got the European rear fog lights. Has an enormous trunk. And a spare. It's a throttle position sensor, which my understanding was replaced when they were troubleshooting that AFM. So it's got a new one of those. This guy, I don't know, he's stuck like this. So that'll take some troubleshooting. It looks like it's in good shape. I don't know if the motor's not working. I don't know if that in conjunction with what's going on with the stereo. Incredibly clean in here. There's no Volvo fuel cap. Wheels could probably use some paint, but they still look pretty good. More shrunk up vinyl. Yeah, I think I'm locked out because this switch isn't working either. Let's see, did that work? Yep, it was just locked out, no big deal. So that's pretty much it. Let's hop in and go for a spin, shall we? All right, let's roll. Alrighty, that's a quick shakedown in the 37,000 mile Volvo 740 Turbo. Yeah, pretty rad car. I'm really curious to see where this is going to go as far as auction results, because it is live right now. Well, right now, if you've catching the first couple of days of this listing. So, you know, if, yeah, so check it out, follow along. I'll have a link in the description below to get to the auction for this car. And if you missed it, do all the YouTube things, all the subscribe stuff. notifications, all that fun stuff, so you can catch them as they go live, because the videos go live when the auction goes live. That's it. Cool car. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.